Greetings, my fellow Dominicans. About 2 weeks ago, while responding to an attack by a prominent opposition surrogate, I informed the Q95 radio audience that the opposition United Workers' Party leader was doing damage to our country's image with allegations of the sale of diplomatic passports, while his own party's hands were unclean because they sold diplomatic passports to 6 individuals to finance a previous election campaign. The opposition leader publicly claimed that he had done a thorough investigation of the UWP and have found no evidence of my claim. He publicly demanded that I produce the evidence, so here it is. During the latter part of 2004, 2 prominent UWP leaders asked me to introduce them to a particular colleague of mine who could further introduce them to wealthy people to fund the upcoming campaign. After intense preparation, a delegation traveled to Zurich, Switzerland, and interviewed a number of foreign clients that were interested in diplomatic passports. The UWP leaders convinced the clients that with sufficient funding, they could win the upcoming election and would appoint those clients to various diplomatic posts. The UWP sought to obtain $300,000 apiece for each appointment. The negotiations produced 6 successful clients, 4 agreeing to pay the full $300,000, 1 agreeing to pay $200,000, and 1 $150,000. I was asked to receive the funds on behalf of the party as I was not directly associated with the UWP, and to further distribute the proceeds to 4 local business accounts controlled by prominent UWP business people. The delegation returned to Dominica, and the following funds were subsequently received via wire transfer. December 23rd, 2004, $300,000. January 12th, 2005, $300,000. February 2nd, 2005, $150,000. February 24th, 3 payments were received, 1 for $200,000 and 2 payments for $300,000. The proceeds from these clients was subsequently delivered mostly by checks, receipts, which I have in hand, to the business accounts prescribed by the party leaders. Of course, there would be no MOU for such secret under-the-table transactions. However, wire transfers and checks comprise permanent financial records that cannot be refuted. I will not belabor other details of this unfortunate affair, some of which were previously published in an article in the Sun newspaper this past February. However, I am amazed that notwithstanding all of the overwhelming evidence I have presented today, which consists of a bank statement signed by an assistant manager of the receiving bank showing the incoming wire transfers, check stubs showing the dates and amounts that were distributed to the 4 local accounts owned by prominent UWP members, and a first-hand witness that the opposition leader, whose previous career was an investigative journalist, would continue to deny and try to cover up the fact that his party sold diplomatic passports. They did not have the opportunity to deliver on the sale, but they sold diplomatic passports. The only conclusion a rational person can reach is that the truth is a matter of convenience to the leader of our opposition. Day after day, we are bombarded with manfarad for breakfast, manfarad for lunch, and manfarad for dinner, yet in the face of irrefutable evidence the opposition leader continues to live in his own world. Mr. Linton, have you ever considered the possibility that Mr. Manfred may overcome his current troubles, return to Dominica, and successfully sue you for defamation? Haven't your supporters paid enough for your persecution of people while you neglect the bread and butter issues that can improve their lives? Please stop. Reflect. Take heed to the good advice that I know you're getting from responsible people in your own party, and to begin to behave like a respectable partner in the development of Dominica. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can imagine, these financial records in my possession contain very sensitive information that could be extremely damaging to the reputations of a number of individuals, both locally and abroad. Mindful of the potential adverse impact this information will have on people's lives, my legal counsel has advised me to seal this information along with a videotape deposition containing any additional details, and to surrender the entire unedited bundle to the Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Dominica for safekeeping. Therefore, by the time this video is aired, the evidence will be in the possession of the Attorney General of Dominica. Mindful that this broadcast may reach non-Dominicans, I would also like to put the following on record. First, the opposition lost the 2005 election, so fortunately none of the 6 persons, including one client that was subsequently convicted for financial fraud in the U.S. in 2006 and spent 96 months in federal prison, were ever appointed. 2, the events previously mentioned took place a number of years ago. And 3, the Caribbean has learned a difficult lesson from the negative publicity surrounding the sale of diplomatic passports. And as far as I am aware, no Caribbean government or political party is presently involved in selling diplomatic passports. My fellow Dominicans, we are a vibrant and colorful people that will always have differences, politically and otherwise. I am an independent businessman, not aligned to any political party. I have not been paid or induced in any way to make the statements that I'm making now. My only motivation is disgust with persons who are seeking to destroy the good name of Dominica for political gain. Notwithstanding our differences, we should all put country before party and find ways to complement each other in order to bring development and prosperity to our people. We are on the road to recovery. We are on the road to development for ourselves and our children. However, this road is bumpy with steep, dangerous pitfalls. So we will need to work with each other to get to the place we want to go. Let us renew the spirits of our forebears and together demand that our government and opposition work together like the collaborative competitors our forebears envisioned. A progressive and responsible government with a disciplined and responsible opposition that will keep the government's hands on the steering wheel. We are blessed with a beautiful island with talented and concerned citizens at home and abroad that deeply care about our island. We already possess everything we need to develop our island. All we need to do is to begin to work together. Thank you.